Okay. Welcome back, everybody, to T-Bird Gym, Sweet Erickson Thunderbird Gymnasium. It's a rather cold January evening, windy January evening. And the T-Birds getting set to take on their arch rivals from Scottsbluff, Nebraska, western Nebraska in town. For the men's game, the women just victorious as they took care of McCook, Nebraska, 60-47. Run their record to 12-5 on the season. Men come in with a mark of 11-4. They're riding, unfortunately, a two-game losing streak. They ended 2024 with a 95-91 loss to Western Nebraska over in Scottsbluff at the Cougar Palace on December 10th. Then beaten 97-79 up at Dawson College in Montana on the 14th. Have not played since then, so this is their first game in the new year. Casper leading this series, which began in the 1945-46 season. They lead at 98-64. We'll talk about this series as we continue the night. I still need more volume in my ears. Not sure where.
Singing once again tonight, Rock of Desire and Made Us Step.
Jack Noakes back at T-Bird Gym, the Birds and the Cougars. Arch rivals forever, it seems like. Casper comes in with a mark of 11-4. Western is just 5-9 on the season. Birds average 98 a game. They give up 88. Western Nebraska averages 89 and gives up 92. Let's set the starting lineups. First of all, for the Cougars, they'll go with Kellen Harris, 6'2", freshman from Scottsbluff, Nebraska, one of the hometown guys. Then Isaiah St. Preux, a 6'1" freshman from Miramar in Florida. He'll be joined by number 13, a 6'8" sophomore, Mathiang Maker. He is from Melbourne, Australia. Number 22 will be Duran Ngamu. He is from Spain, 6'6" freshman. And then Tom Linus. Linus, 6'6", is a freshman from Latvia. The Birds, this way, they will start with Aaron Sievert. Sievert, the freshman from New Zealand, averaging 7 points per ball game, will be joined by Abdul Bashir, the second leading scorer in the nation, is a 6'7" sophomore. He is from Omaha. Ethan Connery, redshirt sophomore, 6'4", from Akron, Ohio. getting a call. Obviously, been a starter all season long. Then Nate Sasser III, the 6'6 sophomore, is from West Palm Beach, Florida. And then the final starter for the Birds, Stephen Osei, 6'10", freshman from Toronto, Canada. Tom Park's team has not played since December 14th. Western Nebraska, 5-9. The Thunderbirds, 11-4. Wait for the Birds to huddle around their head coach in his second season at Casper College. Sievert, Bashir, Connery, Osei, and Sasser for the Thunderbirds. We are set to go. Casper will be moving from our right to left. And it will be Osei jumping and controlling the tap. Bashir will give it off, and Sievert will bring it ahead. Last time we saw the Birds, he had been injured and wasn't playing very much. Here is Bashir with that three. Got it immediately from the right side, that familiar line drive. Averaging 28 points a ball game, the third or second leading scorer in the country. Sievert hawking the basketball, knocked it loose from Linus, but the Cougars will control at the top, spinning into the lane. Soft one-hander, that's good. Maker makes it 3-2. Teams trade early baskets. Connery looking in deep. What a dish. Osei with authority puts it in the slammer. Back to a 5-2 lead, just a minute in. And then the defense in front of the Thunderbird bench results in a loose ball and a turnover. Birds pressuring right away. Sievert chases Kellen Harris across the timeline. Loses his dribble at the elbow, gives it to Sasser, spins, throws it up with the right hand. No, but the tip is good. I think we'll credit Connery with that one, yes. Connery, who gets a lot of garbage rebounds just by hustle, almost had the steal, and they do have the steal. And then Sasser couldn't control it, stepped out of bounds when Bashir tried to feed it ahead. 7-2, T-Birds by 5. Lost to this team 95-91 back on the 10th of December. That ball game at the Cougar Palace in Scotts Bluff. Looking and feeding that time for the fall away. Maker with the miss. Bashir jump step in the lane and he'll draw the foul. Roybell Bashir to the free throw line. Roybell Baez, the head coach for Western Nebraska. Finish my thoughts once in a while. 4 points for Bashir now. Abdul on the season, an 89% free throw shooter. He'll convert both ends. And it's the biggest lead of the night. Early here, Birds in deep with a steal and trying to lay it off the glass. Sasser couldn't get it to go. However, they drew the foul. Let's see, I think it was, now they're going to say Sasser will go to the line for a pair. Foul will be the first of the night on Duran Nguma. 6'6" freshman from Spain. Sasser with a bad miss, a little too long on the freebie. He'll get a second from West Palm Beach, Florida. Second one on the way, off the heel. Long rebound comes away, and St. Preux will bring it ahead. All the way down, dribble drive, left hand is good. Isaiah St. Preux with a driving layup. Connery feeding. And here's a feed in deep, too deep. And then a player control foul. Sievert with the lob down low running the break and then ran his man over and picks up his first foul of the night. 9-4 Casper, 2 minutes in. Birds will go with some full court pressure here. Baseball it ahead quickly, and that'll be a jam. Maker with his 4th point of the contest. He got loose, jammed it home. Birds will look at some full court pressure and bring it into Sasser. For Connery. Bounces ahead to Sievert. Cross court Bashir. He'll try another 3. That's good. Wow. Counted. He's got 8 early points. 12-6. Casper with the steal. And Sasser with the jam that goes all the way up to the flags hanging, marking the women's Region 9 championships. Hit the heel. Went straight up. And when it touched one of those flags, that was the end. Linus, the 6'6" freshman from Latvia, to play it in. And Connery knocks it loose, almost had the steal. Back the other way, a 3-on-2 fast break, alone for a 3. That's no good. Birds with a rebound. Osei ahead to Sasser. Looks at Connery, loses his dribble, goes outside, in deep. Ethan with a no-look pass, left-hand layup, send it home. Abdul Bashir in double figures with 10 in the first 3 minutes of the contest. 14-6 T-Birds. Maker in deep, tries the left hand, no. Bashir rebound ahead to Connery. Ethan all the way down, right-hand layup misses, but he drew the foul, I believe. Did he draw the foul or did he commit it? No, he drew it. Connery to the free throw line for the Thunderbirds. A 64% free throw shooter on the season. Left it short. Right now, the Birds up 14-6. It's the Abdul Bashir show with 10 points in the first 3 minutes of the game. Couple of threes, couple free throws, and a deuce. Second one short also, so Connery misses short on both. Into the lineup, Reese Randolph, 5'10" freshman running the attack. Peels away, brings it back. Maker almost lost it into the T-Bird bench. Back the other way, looking at the 3, couldn't get it, they threw it away. Sievert with the steal. Back to Yell Dang, who's back in the lineup. Miss. Cougars will clear it ahead. Maker looked like he walked through it up and in with the left hand. May have had an extra step in there. 14-8, Casper lead is 6. Pace is to the T-Birds' liking. This will be a kick ball. And we'll get a timeout with 15:52 left here in the opening half. Casper College 14, Western Nebraska 8. This is T-Bird basketball. Jack Noakes on a Friday evening. Good to have you along at the house that Sweet built, Erickson T-Bird Gym. The old rivalry renewed one more time here. Casper and Western Nebraska. Birds out to an early lead as they lead at 14-8 with 15:52 left in the opening half. Casper basketball left to the hoop along the end line in the front court, looking for Dang, and instead they'll bring it to Bashir. At the top, Parker Davis checked in on the dead ball and loses the ball, throws it out of bounds, but they're going to say it was deflected from behind, so the Birds will keep possession. In the corner, Sievert to throw it in. The freshman from New Zealand finds the big guy, Dang, for Bashir at the top. Bashir against Randolph, head fake, goes to Parker Davis, tries to throw it up with the left hand. That's blocked out of there by Maker. He is a tall, lanky dude with some hops. He'll lay it up and in. Mathiang Maker now with 8 points. And it's 14-10. He has 8 of the 10. Here's Bashir out of the right side corner. No. Dang can't control the rebound. Loose ball comes to Sievert. Give it back to Bashir. 3 ball no good. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Cougars. On the rebound, Dang couldn't control it, but it went off one of the Cougars. Aaron Sievert will leave for the T-Birds. And in comes Blake Neverdon, freshman from Baltimore. Birds in the front court. Shot clock down to 15. And we're going to get a player control foul or just out and out. They're going to call it that way. So that'll be a player control foul. It'll be an offensive foul. Parker Davis picks it up. Team fouls now 2 for the Birds, 3 for the Cougars, who are looking at full court pressure. They'll break it ahead. Noah Jones trying to back in from the right side. Kicks it back out top for a 3. That's good. Elijah Burney burns the nets. The sophomore from Las Vegas makes it 14-13. Cougars within 1, and then a foul's going to be whistled here. Davis was tied up over by the Scottsbluff bench, but the foul will be a hold on Elijah Burney. Birds will keep the ball along the right sideline in the front court. And they'll get it in the backcourt to Sasser, who will bring it across with the left hand. Now switches hands, drives, throws it off the glass, no. Foul, no. Tip, no. With the basketball, they'll kick it outside for a 3. In and out, no good. Dang with a rebound. Gonna reload. Bashir, another 3. This one's good. Wow. Well, give him 3 attempts, he'll make one. He's got 13 points now, and it's 17-13. Maker has the ball knocked loose, but he gathers it back. Gets it for a 3 by Randolph. No, gets his own rebound. Kicks it to St. Preux. Right back to Randolph, pushing off Dang. Tries to feed the high post in the lane. Little floater is good. Reese Randolph. I think I had him when it was Jones. But that's his basket to make it 17-15. Bashir, low post feed on the block. Dang turns, shoots, couldn't get it to go, but he drew the foul. This foul will go on Isaiah St. Preux. He'll pick up his second. 5 team fouls already on the Cougars with still 13:39 to go in the opening half. Dang averaging 11 points a game, and this will be his first point of the ball game. Yale on the season, 69% when he steps to the top line. Second one on the way, off the heel, no good. Rebound controlled by the Cougars. Ahead, Randolph pulls for a three. That's an air ball. Trying to save it and not able to save it is Linus. Birds will take it and they'll come back with Blake Never down. No, they'll come back with Aaron Sievert. He will play it in for Connery. Connery will take it across and give it to Sievert with the dribble. Back to Connery, still in the land of three. Tries to hook a line drive pass, low post knocked away. 2-on-1 the other way. Pull up for the long three, that's no good. Rebound taken away by the T-Birds. Dang on the dribble into the front court. Little jump step and delivers with the soft touch. His first hoop, his third point. Casper back on top by 5. Linus for a three, right side angle, that's good. The 6'6" freshman from Latvia makes it 20-18. Connery wants to set it up from Sievert. Connery dishing on the low post. Dang, that's good, and a foul. Yell. Giving me a chance to yell. That'll be the first foul of the night on Maker, who's done most of the damage with 8 of his ball club's 18 points. For the Birds, Bashir with 13 of the T-Birds' 22. Dang to the free throw line. And the free throw is good. He'll finish the three-point play. He's got 6 now. 23-18 Casper, 12.5 to play opening half. Linus to toss it in, looking for Randolph. Instead goes in the corner to Bernie. Now Randolph has it, wants to go all the way to the free throw line. Shut off by Bashir. Pivots, kicks it back outside. Bernie, high arc three, no. Long rebound, never done. Looked like a rather Sievert was held, and then they're going to say he was out of bounds with the basketball right along the sideline. As we used to say in noontime basketball, we'll set the bone later. Here's a feed taken away. Connery with the steal. Give and go. Right back. Ethan hit hard and goes into the mat. Was in a little too deep to shovel it home. Drew the foul. This will be the 7th team foul already. This one's going to go on Bernie, his second. So the Cougars in a little foul trouble here, 8 minutes into the contest. Ethan Connery, 12 points a ball game. Perpetual motion. And he left that as an air ball. From Akron, Ohio. Averaging 12 points a contest and kind of the motor that oftentimes makes the Thunderbirds go. Second one on the way. That is an air ball too. Wow. Couple of free throws that had no prayer. Not happy with himself, but maybe a little exhausted here. The pace and the pressure has been pretty high. Birds with a trap in the middle. They had Harris trapped. He got it across. And he'll get the ball right back. Sievert on him. Fights through the pick, goes down underneath. Harris on the drive. He'll be fouled. Sasser should pick this one up. We're going to get the media timeout here. 11:46 to go here in the opening half. The foul for the T-Birds will be on Nate Sasser. We'll get a timeout. 23-18, Casper by 5. This is T-Bird basketball. Noxie back at the house at Sweetbuild. Erickson T-Bird Gym on a cold, windy Friday night. In January, the Birds with a 23-18 lead over Western Nebraska. Casper has not trailed in this game. This will be Kellen Harris, the 6'1" Scottsbluff product at the free throw line. First free throw rolls off, no good. Harris, I said Kellen Harris, is that right? Yes. 6'2" freshman. And the second one gets the kind roll. He's in the books with his first point of the ball game. And some full court pressure. Connery will hold up at half court. Clear it across to Sievert, who brings the dribble between the circles. Bashir rolling off the pick. They'll get it to Sasser. Looking down low. Cross courts out top. Sievert has to save it with 8 on the shot clock. Connery trying to feed. Ball kicked out of bounds with 5 seconds left to shoot. Casper basketball, right side of the lane along the baseline. And a foul whistled. Wow. Sasser getting called on the inbounds play. That'll be his second. Team foul number 4. Birds will stay with some full court pressure here. It's cleared across. Witold Zernakowicz. Boy. Lots of vowels, lots of consonants in that name. And the foul will be the 5th team foul, the first now on Ethan Connery. So it was 7-2, now it's 7-5 in the foul column. Maker takes the inbounds pass, gives it over to Randolph, who will score from the left side. He's got 4, and it's a 2-point lead with 11 to go. Oh, in deep, Osei with a nice look from Dang, and he'll slam it home. Steven averaging 12 a ball game for the Birds. That's his 4th of the night. Harris at half court for Maker. Jump step in the lane. Missed a little puppy. Birds get the rebound, run it ahead. And Bashir saves it from going out of bounds, but turns it over. Pass from Connery a little too tall. Ducking in with the left hand. Pretty move that time. Harris with his 3rd point to make it 25-23. Birds still on top. Sievert to Connery. Outside. Dang wants a 3 from the right. No good. Harris will get the rebound. Baseball it ahead. Randolph sets for 3. Got it. And the first lead of the ball game comes on Randolph's 3 to make it 26-25. Right at the halfway mark, 10:05 to go here in the opening quarter, and the Birds' lead, which was as many as 7 early, has evaporated, and now Western has a 1-point lead. Time to look at some of the statistics. Casper came in averaging 98, Western Nebraska 89. Birds give up 88 a game. Western gives up 92. Casper 46% from the field, 36 behind the arc. Western 41% from the field, 31 behind the arc. And the Cougars 75% at the free throw line. The T-Birds are 68. Casper out rebounding the opposition 47-35. And Western Nebraska is out rebounded by the opposition 43-40. A quick look at some of the comparative statistics. Rohan Butler in for the T-Birds and has the ball. He'll bring it ahead. Sievert to the left side for Butler. Slides to a stop. Feeds the low post. Boring in and scoring will be Benil Basel. Just checked into the lineup. Basel makes it 27-26 Birds. This is a corner shot. Once again, Linus with the 3 ball. It goes out of bounds, but it will stay with the Cougars. Duran and Guma will throw it in. Bouncing it for Harris, whose shot is blocked. Comes away to Bashir. Abdul running down the right side, leaves it, and Rohan Butler will lay it home. Good look. Butler, the trailer, with the layup. Here's a missed shot. The follow's no good. Bashir brings it ahead, whips it ahead. Basel out top. Going to get it to Dang for a 3 that's no good. Rebound, Basel put it up too hard. And the rebound taken away by the Cougars and Guma rips it away from everybody. 29-26, Casper by 3. Cougar basketball in the front court. Behind the pick and rolling, Reese Randolph stops and pops his 9th point of the night. Makes it a 1-point T-Bird lead. That's going to be a block. Well, Randolph with a little acting job, and Butler did kind of throw his elbow out, but you could see this coming all the way, that he was trying to set up, drawing the foul, and instead he gets it. Butler will go to the line now after the 8th team foul. It'll be 1 and a bonus. Rohan, one of the returning sophomores from London, England. First one drops through. Averaging 4 points a ball game. A free throw here would get him to his average. Sophomore takes his time, eyes it, and scores it. Butler now has 4, and the Bird lead is 3 at 31-28. Ooh, head fake on the 3, and then pulling up and missing the 2 is Randolph. Birds come away with Butler. Left-hand dribble, they go for the steal, don't get it. Butler feeding Connery, high poise, kicks outside, gives it to Bashir, loops it across. Rohan, head fake to the free throw line. Bounces it for Bashir. 13 shot clock. Basel in deep. Nice look. And Connery just walked in and laid it home. Birds with a steal. Butler has the pass come to him at half court. They'll reload. In the corner, Connery head fake 3. Bounce pass. Basile in and lays it home. Benil Basel with his 4th point of the night. 35-28. Birds all of a sudden have matched their biggest lead of the game at 7. Let's see where the foul goes here. We're going to get a timeout. Nope, the timeout will come on Yell Dang's first foul, a 6th-team foul. 7:38 showing on the scoreboard clock. Casper with a 35-28 lead. Birds will be back in action tomorrow afternoon. They will play the 4 o'clock game against Lamar. Memory serves me correct. I'll double check. Yep. 6 o'clock game will find Western Nebraska and the T-Birds, the Lady T-Birds, in a ladies game. Western Nebraska's women come in ranked number 22 in the country. The only team getting mentioned from Region 18. From Region 9. It's because I look at Region 18 over there in Utah, I think 3 in the top 10. Well, the Birds have never trailed in this thing. No, they've trailed once by a point. I believe at 26-25. But they are keeping the pressure on the Cougars. Western 5-9 this season. The Birds 11-4. We pointed out that Western won the game in Scottsbluff in December, 95-91. Some point we get a chance, we'll go down all the regional titles between these two teams. There have been 24. Casper's won 13 Region 9 men's championships, and Western Nebraska's won 11. They had that incredible run from 93 through 99 when they won 6 out of 7. The only one they lost, the T-Birds won back in 1996. T-Birds 13 Region 9 titles, 9 runners-up. Western 11 titles, and 4 times they've been runner-up. The premier programs for a long time in the region. Cougar basketball, driving, throwing it off the glass. That'll be Randolph, and he's in double figures now with 11. Butler ahead, still out of the backcourt. Gets it across to Dang, who drives, lays it off the glass softly. Big guy's got a nice soft touch around the basket. Butler for a steal, got the steal. Back to Connery. Ethan slows it up, finds Dang, who is held. That ought to be an intentional foul, we'll see. Grabbed and kind of thrown to the ground. Looked to me like he was going to lay it in rather than slam it. But let's see what they decide here. I don't think they're going to say that's intentional. The foul will be on Noah Jones, his first, 9th team. Sends Yell Dang to the free throw line. Tom Parks looking for an explanation. Don't blame him. Didn't look like we were playing the ball at all there. But who am I to judge when I'm a Casper guy with, I know, red and white glasses. Dang, nonetheless, chance to get into double figures with 10, chance to build it to a 9-point edge. And he will. He's got a pure stroke. He has 10, it's 39-30, just under 7 to go in the opening half. And then a foul, a blocking foul on Dang. So Yell will get the foul. It'll be his second, the 7th team foul. So the Cougars will take the walk to the free throw line. Elijah Burney, 6'1" sophomore from Las Vegas, will tow it for 1 and a bonus. 77% free throw shooter coming into the contest. And he'll earn a second one. His 4th point of the half. Second one on the way. That's all net. He's got 5. The Bird lead is 7 now. Pressure hasn't really bothered him. They'll clear it to Bashir. His pass deflected, comes to Connery. And then he'll get it out to Butler. 3, no. And Basel with a nice follow for his 6-point. And the T-Bird lead is 9 again. Running one-hander from the left side of the lane. Maker with his 10th point of the night makes it 41-34. Butler running ahead. Bouncing. Basil's pass deflected, stolen away. Randolph out of backcourt. Harris out of backcourt, rather. For Maker. Floats it up from the elbow. No, gets his own rebound. Can't hang on. Butler picks up the loose change. Gives it to Bashir. Out of backcourt for Butler. Looking down low, right back to Abdul, who wants to settle things down. For Butler, going to try another 3. That's no good. You need to kind of have somebody, thank you, grab the net, which was tied up in the rim. So after that brief timeout, Cougars will play it in the backcourt against a little pressure. Burney over to Harris. The timeout going to be taken here by the officials. I think they wanted, after the loosened there, the net was fixed, to have the inbounds play come in from the sideline, because that's where the play had been stopped, evidently so. We're set to go. We're back the other way. St. Preux on the dribble. And we're still looking, I think, at the clock now. I'm on the wrong side of the court to tell you what's going on when they come to the scorer's table. Tom Parks doesn't look like he's particularly satisfied with whatever explanation we're getting. However, everyone's smiling and we're back to play. St. Preux will bring it across the line. Exchanging, gives it to Harris. Harris with a long three that's way short. Long shot, short finish. Birds come back the other way. And Abdul-Bashir's pass will be stolen. Trying to find Benil Basel, and it's knocked out of bounds. Birds are going to get it anyway. Maker not believing it, but Sievert comes back. Butler will come out for Casper. Basel gets the inbounds pass, knocked away from him by Maker and into the Cougar bench. Now the Birds will play it in right in front of Western Nebraska. Sievert for Connery, and we're back to play. Connery left of the key, gives it to Bashir. Abdul out top. Parker Davis checked in. He faked the three. Get it to Sievert, who misses the three. It's tapped around. Comes loose to Maker, who looks like he maybe turned it over. No. Shovels it up, partially blocked. And Basel can't hang on to it. However, the Birds are going to get the ball because Harris was standing on the end line when it came loose. 4:47 left in the half. Aaron Sievert out of back court. The New Zealand freshman still has it on a string, loses his dribble, draws the double team, and then is tied up, and they're going to whistle a foul. This will go against Kellen Harris. Harris not believing it. Honestly, I'm not sure. It will send Aaron Sievert to the free throw line. Sievert only 5 attempts at the free throw lines, made 4, 80%. Boy, I'm a math whiz. See if we jinxed him. Nope. Sievert averaging 7 a contest, his first point of the night, makes it 42-34. Birds with a free throw here would match their biggest lead, and they do. 9-point margin, 43-34. Maker gets it for Linus. He'll try the three. He'll hit the three. He's got 6 on it. Pair of triples from that right side corner. Connery under pressure turns it over. 4-on-2 the other way. Maker slides in, misses the bunny. In deep, the Birds will block the shot. Coming back the other way, here is Osei. Put it in the slammer. And a 12-point lead. No, an 8-point lead. My bad. Back the other way, Maker, and 1. Ooh. A deadly left hand from the left side for his 12th point. Wow. He is a major threat around the hoop. Foul will be the first of the night on Stephen Osei. We'll get a timeout with 3:57 left here in the second half. It has been kind of what you expected between a couple of teams with a lot of talent and teams that know each other well and are willing to fight each other all the way down. Birds being paced right now. Abdul Bashir had 13 points in like the first 4 minutes. That's where he sits right now. Yel Dang with 10 points, the other player in double figures for Casper. Leading the way for the Cougars, 11 for Reese Randolph and 12 for Mathang Maker. Tom Parks drawing his team around him on the bench and seeing if they can't maintain the lead. They trail only once by a point. They've led by as many as 9 and have pretty much had the lead the entire contest here in the first half. Birds will have Connery, Bashir, Davis, Sievert, and Basel. Benil Basel, which sometimes I apologize. I get the Neil and the Basel and it becomes a Basil. Not right. Maker's free throw off the back of the heel and Basel with the rebound for the Birds. Connery will draw the double team, clear it to Basel, right back to Ethan at half court. Looking for a pick. Still has it on a string in the corner. Sievert to the elbow, back out top. Bashir for a wide open Sievert. 3 is no good. Connery rebound. Walked right into one of the Cougars and lost the ball. Back the other way, and a turnover, and a foul going to be whistled on Maker here as he's all over Aaron Sievert. That'll be his second. 2 shots now for the T-Birds. So Sievert, 2 for 2 at the line for his only 2 points of the ball game. Guy you figure can shoot a free throw, and he does. He started the night 4 out of 5 on the season. He's now 3 for 3 here tonight. And 4 for 4. 47-39, 8-point margin, 3:20 to go in the opening half. Maker in deep will soar and score. He's got 14 to lead all scorers. T-Bird lead down to 6. Sievert. Yo-yos it between the circles. Looking down right side, outside for Bashir. Abdul terminates dribble. Gets it to Connery. Connery spins for Basel. Basel wants to set a pick. Bashir to the elbow for Basel. Cross courts it outside. Connery pushes for 3. That's an air ball. Saved in. They got to put it up. They do. And the miss by Bashir, they're going to say, I think, wow, I thought he got it away before the shot clock, but they'll say no, it'll be a violation. Ball will go over in the backcourt to the Cougars. And they will play it in along the sideline. Kellen Harris will throw it in, the freshman from Scottsbluff. Shot block going to the hoop. Linus has it blocked, but Maker gathers back, tries a 3, misses a 3. Connery rebound for Bashir. Abdul quiet after the first 4 minutes, but he doesn't mind giving the ball up. Parker Davis alone, 3 out of the corner, no. Cougars, Bernie running it ahead, runs into a triple team, throws it hard off the glass, and is going to get bailed out here. I think Abdul may get his first of the night. Well, they didn't put it up, but it should be Bashir's first foul. It'll send Bernie to the free throw line. Elijah is 2 for 2. And we jinxed him. 2 for 3. Linus will take a seat, and Reese Randolph back in for Western. Bernie's free throw, in and out, no good. It kind of hiccuped out. Connery will pick it off the floor. Exchanging with Davis. Parker back to Connery. Loses his dribble, finds Davis out top for Bashir. Long three, that's no good. Kept alive by Davis, comes to Bashir. Another long three, that's off the front of the iron. Rebound taken away by, whoa, St. Preux, who loses it. Connery lay it up and in. Ethan with 6. It's a long three that's no good. Davis, long rebound. Connery running it ahead, 3-on-2, and Bashir couldn't hang on. Says it was tipped by one of the Cougars, but not going to go that way. 1:26 left in the opening half. We'll get a timeout. The Birds still leading by 8, 49-41. This is T-Bird basketball. Well, a good Friday night crowd here at the house that Swede built. Erickson T-Bird Gym, Friday night in Casper. Region 9 action, and the Birds with a 49-41 lead. Over Scotts Bluff, Western Nebraska ball out of backcourt. Bernie, one hands it ahead. Gets it over to St. Preux, back to Bernie. Give it to Randolph, head fake on the three, pulls back near half court. Still has it on a string for Harris, right back. Randolph wants to clear out. Going to fire up a long three. Basel with another rebound for the Birds, who come back with under a minute to go now. Butler check back in. Give it to Davis. Three. Yes! Davis' first hoop of the ball game. And the Birds with a double-digit lead of 11 now. In deep. Too hard on the shot that time. Wow, Harris was point blank, got intimidated. Birds come away the other way, and Bashir will lay it up and in. Abdul with 15 now. And the lead grows to 13. 54-41, final 15 seconds, opening half. Down to 5. Dribble drive, soft one-hander, no. The miss by Harris. And the half will come to an end. A good half of basketball for the home team. Casper College 54, Western Nebraska 41. Back with the second half. This is T-Bird basketball. We're back at Erickson Thunderbird Gym, halftime. Running toward the end right now. T-Birds 54, Western Nebraska 41 at the halfway mark. Scoring looks this way. A couple of players in double figures for the Cougars. 14 for Mathang Marker and 11 for Reese Randolph. The Cougars were 17 of 38, 45% from the field. 4 of 14, 29 from behind the arc, and 3 of 7, just 43% at the free throw line. They also had 13 rebounds. This is a key statistic. 13 rebounds. Keep that in mind because the Birds, 2 players in double figures. Benil Basil, or rather Yel Dang, with 13. I had Abdul Bashir with 15, but they've got him with 12. Who am I to argue with an official scorer? Birds were 19 of 40, 48% from the field, 4 of 18, 22 behind the three-point line. But they went to the free throw line 19 times, made 12 for 63%. So, and then the key statistic that I told you about to keep in mind, rebounds. Casper out-rebounding the Cougars 29 to 13 in the first half. Wow. Biggest lead, Western Nebraska led by a point at the 10:05 mark. T-Birds led by 13 at the halfway mark. We had no ties. The lead changed hands a couple of times. Key statistic for the Birds, points from the bench, 26 to 16 in favor of Casper, 24 to 20. The Birds winning the battle right now in the paint. And off of turnovers, 11 for Western Nebraska, 10 for Casper College. So the Birds, as we said, still in the lead. And led for almost the entire first half. Trailed once by a point. We'll see what Tom Parks and company come up with for the second half. For Casper, 12 for Bashir and 13 for Dang, 6 for Basil. Parker Davis has a 3-ball. Rohan Butler with 4. 6 points for Stephen Osei. 6 for Ethan Connery. 12 for Abdul Bashir. 4 all coming from the free throw line from Aaron Sievert. Just looking to see Nate Sasser not in the scoring column, but rebounds leading the way, 9 for Benil Basil. Wow. After that, 4 for Ethan Connery, 3 for Nate Sasser. So we'll see if the Birds can keep it together here, trying to avenge that 95-91 loss at Scotts Bluff at the end of last year. See if Tom Parks begins the same way he did in the first half. It will be Sievert, joined by Bashir and Connery. Also Stephen Osei. And Nate Sasser III, the same that began the ball game. Cougars coming back with St. Preux, Linus, Maker, Harris, and also Nguma. And they will get an early basket from Duran Nguma. Make it 54-43, just underway in the second half. Connery to Bashir, shut off, elbow left, now backs the dribble away, wants to go, fall away, 15, got it. So Bashir now with 14, and the Birds back to a 13-point lead. Ball will go out of bounds. Last touch by Casper. Pretty good Friday evening crowd on a, well, when I came in anyway, at 5 o'clock was kind of a nasty looking evening. Cougars trying to get it in the front court, and they will get it out front to Harris. Felinius, he'll try the three. That was halfway down. Coughed out. Rebound. Harris couldn't make the puppy, and the rebound gathered away, taken away. Sievert on the run with the left-hand dribble. All the way into the paint. Draws a contact. Goes down. Missed the shot. Where's the foul going? It'll be on Nguma, and it will send Sievert to the free throw line where he's got all 4 of his points tonight. 4 for 4, trying to advance the 13-point lead. The freshman from New Zealand doesn't miss from the free throw line. Had a couple of early games where he didn't miss from 3 either. And the second one makes him 6 for 6 at the stripe. Casper now with its biggest lead of 15, and a travel going to be called in the back court. Linus, the guilty party. Bashir will play it in alongside his bench. Looking to Connery, finds Connery between the circles. Ethan will set it to Sievert, who tries a three. That was halfway down and came out. And then a rebounding foul here against Stephen Osei. That'll be his second, I believe, yes. Linus to throw it in as soon as Maker gets his shoe tied at half court. One of the necessities of life when you're a basketball player. Get them laced up, and we're ready to go. Linus holds over his head against pressure, gets in. Birds will double team, but straight ahead and breaking it is St. Preux all the way down, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Maker. The pressure has at times bothered the Cougars. Birds have stuck with it most of the game. Connery splits the double team, gives it to Sievert in the backcourt, gets it ahead to Sasser. Oh, nice bounce. Great look, great finish. Osei for the easy deuce, his 8th point, and the lead is 17. And they throw it away. Cougars, right now, the definition of something I can't spell, discombobulated. Just kind of having problems all over the place. Sasser will spin, work against Harris, crosses the line easily, still has it on a string, comes left side outside for Connery. Looking to Bashir at the top, loses his dribble, goes to Sievert, free throw line, fall away, 15, no. Rebound taken away by Randolph for Maker, and he'll lay it up and miss it, and the Birds are going to get the foul. Osei, I think, tried to back away and just let him score it, but was guilty of the foul. So it'll be Mathiang Maker to the free throw line. Maker with 14 in the opening stanza. Make it 15 after the make. Lanky, 6'8", sophomore, Melbourne, Australia. Nice touch around the hoop. Line drive, nothing but net. He's got 16 to lead all scorers. The Bird lead is 15 in the backcourt. Sasser crosses to Connery. Connery trying to float a lob. Gets blocked back to him. Still lots of time on the shot clock. For Sievert. His pass not good. Taken away, and Harris blocked from behind by Sasser. Clean block. Sasser going to run it back the other way. Connery in the corner can't get the three-pointer to go. Ball picked off the floor, and Dang lays it in, but it won't count. A whistle and a foul before. Wow, what a block. Linus will get the foul. Birds will play it in. Team fouls even at two apiece. Bashir scoop it up with the right hand, missed it. And then a travel going to be called. Connery managed to pin the ball against Bernie, who walked with it, wanted a foul. From this angle, it looked like a lot of ball, and the officials agree. You got to always have your head up. If Connery were a hockey player, that's what they'd tell you. Don't ever put your head down. He's coming at you. The miss by Sievert again, but the long rebound. Yell Dang has his shot blocked. Back the other way. Maker on the run. Dang will slow him up. Maker pivots, comes the other way. He'll draw the foul. Going back to the free throw line. Dang is going to get his third. See if Tom Parks heads to the bench with his starter in a little foul trouble. A lot of time left, 16:48 on the clock. And the free throw by Maker is good. Got him with 17 now. And the Birds are going to come back with Blake Neverdon. Second one's good. 18 for Maker. Dang will leave. And Neverdon will come in for the Thunderbirds. Connery to play it in. Gets it to Neverdon. Right over to Sievert, who will walk it across, loses dribble, comes out top. Connery pivots, puts it on the floor. Back out top to Aaron. Sievert gives it to Neverdon, who comes in from the bench and just drains a three. Back the other way. Maker almost had it slapped loose. Left hand running layup is too strong. Back the other way. 2-on-1, and Connery will finish on the lob from Sievert. He's got 8, and the Bird lead is 18. Maker kicks outside. Wild shot, no good, and a block going to be called. Things are getting a little rough right now. Connery's going to get his second. That'll be team foul number 5. We'll get a timeout on the court. 15:57 to go. Second half, Birds lead by 18. This is T-Bird basketball. Jack Noakes, good to have you along on a Friday evening from Erickson T-Bird Gym. What a way to start the 2025 part of the schedule for the Casper College men. Against their arch rivals from western Nebraska, 18-point lead right now. 65-47, still 15:57 to play. Reese Randolph, 11 points in the opening half. He'll step to the free throw line, shooting 2. And the lefty will make the first one. 5'10" freshman from Boston. Second one falls off the left side. Connery wants someone to come get the ball. It'll be Basel. Loses the dribble, cross courts it to Ethan, back out top for Siebert. To Connery, looking in the corner. They'll throw it back to Ethan, into the paint. Dishing in the corner, reverse layup by Siebert, no, but a foul, yes. Should be 2 shots for Aaron Siebert, who right now is 6 for 6 at the free throw line for all of his points tonight. 18-point lead has been the biggest. It's 17 right now, and Siebert finally leaves one short and misses. Second one's nothing but pure. He's got 7. It's 66-48, T-Birds. Applying the pressure again. Bernie gets it across, and Bashir deflects the pass, saves it from going out of bounds. Birds will get it on a TO. Siebert winding his way into the forecourt. Looks in the corner, tried to get it over to Neverdown, and it's deflected up into the crowd. Connery going to get a blow here. So will Bashir. See who the Birds bring in. Parker Davis will come in. No, Bashir is just going to inbounds it alongside his bench, so he will stay in. Abdul looking. Lofts it to Basel. Right back to Bashir. Cross-court it. Siebert kicks in the corner. Parker Davis. Air ball to Basile. To Basel, I'll get it right, who puts it up and in for an easy layup. And the Birds finally have a 20-point lead, their biggest of the night. Back the other way. And standing out of bounds on the feed into the corner, Kellen Harris took the cross-court pass and was standing on the end line. Or the sideline. Both feet were over there. Birds come ahead. Under 15 to go now. Bashir going to draw the double team. They'll get it in the corner. High arc 3. No. Davis sneaks in between everybody, gathers it up, and drops it home. He's got 5, and it's 70-48. Davis bellied up with Linus, who gets it in the corner. They'll try a 3. They'll get the 3. Zernowitz. Witold Zernowitz. From Poland, you might guess. In deep, Basel has it stripped, but the Birds will keep the ball. Casper to play it in to the right side of the hoop. Basel backs the dribble away. Bashir backs it away. Kicks outside. Another 3 on the way. That's no good. Rebound ripped away, and on the run, here comes Randolph trying to lay it up or trying to float it over, and Maker dunks it home. I thought that was going to be a little too strong. Nice play. Birds trying to answer with a 3. No. Ball batted around, kept back in by the Cougars. On the run. Maker lays it up, left hand, no. Scramble for a rebound, and Basel throwing elbows all over the place. Didn't hit anybody, but that may be a foul. Guess not. Who was the foul on? Birds have 5 team fouls. Cougars have 3. I don't know. I don't see where they put up a foul. This foul, though, is going to be on Yell Dang, and that will be his 4th. And that will necessitate a move by Tom Parks. Randolph, corner left side. Kicks it outside to St. Preux to the baseline. Shut off there. Maker going to try another 3. That is no good. Ball tapped around and a foul going to be whistled, I believe, on the Cougars. Yes. Zernowitz is going to get this, his first. That'll be team foul number 4. The Birds have committed 6. It's gotten really sloppy the last couple minutes and pretty physical. Casper with a 17-point lead. Parker Davis kicks it outside. Sasser turns off the glass. Nice left-hand touch. That is Nate's first hoop of the evening. First points. Dribble drive and a running one-hander by Randolph for his 14th point tonight. Under 13 to go. Davis. Birds will work it over to Basel. Trying to back his way in. Kicks it outside. Bashir shovels it up with the left hand. Nice layup. He's got 16 now. Well, scoreboard says 19. Maybe I was right the first half. Timeout on the court, 12:27 left in this one. The T-Birds by 19, 74-55. This is T-Bird basketball. Good crowd on hand in the Swede. Reminder tomorrow, Casper College men back in action at 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock time against Lamar. And then the women at 6 o'clock will take on Western Nebraska, the number 22 ranked team in the country. Here it's the T-Birds by 19 over the men Cougars. And they will have the ball, the Cougars will. Linus to play it in. They'll get it ahead for the 2-on-1, and that'll be a charge against Maker. Wipe the basket out. Could see that one coming from a long ways away, too. He will pick up his 3rd, 5th team foul. The Birds have 6. Casper's been looking at some full court pressure basically the entire second half. Sasser. 1-on-1 with Zernowitz, bounces in the paint, and Basil's shot blocked out. Guess who? Maker says, don't bring the weak stuff in here, at least on that attempt. Parker Davis will throw it in to the right side along the end line. Gets it to Benil Basel. Back out top. Bashir driving, leaves it for Connery. Reverse layup, hooked it up. No, but he drew the foul. Bashir, unselfish, had a pretty good look at an easy layup. Laid it off for Connery. And now Dang on the bench for the T-Birds with 4, and Maker's going to head to the bench with 4 for the Cougars. Connery to the stripe. Just can't find the freebie from 15. Couple of air balls the last time he stepped up. That time it slipped off to the right. Ethan will compose himself again. See if he can find the range here. No. A little too hard, and the rebound taken away by Scottsbluff. Western on the run. St. Preux with the left hand got it. Pretty move for his 4th point of the ball game. Birds the other way. Oh, nice feed. Connery lay it up. Basel with a great look at Connery coming right down the pipe, and he laid it home. The other way, St. Preux, no. Basel rebound, yes, for Bashir. Abdul, double team, gets it to Parker, who will head to the emergency room, see if they can do a hand replacement. Got hooked big time that time. Going to get a timeout on the court. We'll stop the clock with 11:23 to go. Casper College 76, Western Nebraska 57. This is T-Bird basketball. (76-57), Birds by 19. They've led by as many as 20 here in the second half. They led it by 13, 54-41 at the end of the first half. Casper has never trailed. No, they trailed by 1 point early in the first half. They were down 3-2, I think. Parker Davis to the free throw line now. And the first one's good. The Fort Collins native with his 6th point of the night. Trying to build the lead to the biggest of the ball game at 21, and he does. So, still 11 and a half to go. Into the lineup comes Reese Randolph for the Cougars. Harris will play it in, and St. Preux almost lost it. Then they lose it. Connery will lay it home with the right hand. 12 for Ethan, 23-point margin. Back the other way, fall away. Harris got it off the glass. Good-looking shot. "11 minutes to play in this baby." All the way down, laying it off. Sasser reversing the layup. That'll circle and do a 720 before it falls in. Stephen Osei in double figures with 10. And then the Cougars kick it away, literally back the other way. Ethan Connery, all of a sudden, layup after layup after layup. He's got 14. Cougars trying to fight back, but they're down 25 now. Foul going to be whistled here. This will go, I think, on Parker Davis. This will send Kellen Harris, the 6'2 freshman from Scottsbluff, to the line. his 5th point of the ball game. 6th point of the ball game. Always believe the scoreboard, right? Yeah, sure. 7 now for him. Approaching the halfway mark of the second half. Birds can let the air out if they want to, but that isn't going to happen. Pass by Sasser is knocked loose, taken away. Back the other way, and the running one-hand layup is good. Randolph now with 16. Birds lead 21. See if they take a little better care of the basketball. The double team knocked loose from Parker. Davis couldn't hang on. Randolph spins, gives it to Harris. His shot blocked, and then the rebound taken away by Osei. Trail official had that call. Davis is going to get his 3rd, team foul number 8. Tom Parks with a quizzical look on his face. First free throw is good from Harris. He's got 8. The Bird lead is an even 20 now. Make it 19 as he makes that one. 84-65. Sasser all the way down for the slam. Nobody picked him up. He flew by, didn't charge anybody, and buried his left hand in the net. Back the other way. Linus wants to drive. Throws up the left hand. No. Connery rebound. Bashir soft layup for 2. Abdul with 21 now. Back to a 23-point lead. Cougars having a little trouble with the pressure. They get it across. Zernowitz gives it in the corner. They'll push for a 3, and they'll get a 3. Caleb Swisher just in off the bench, 6'1" freshman from Scottsbluff, puts his name in the scorebooks. Stops the clock with 9:02, and the Cougars want to take a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here. Told you earlier we'd look at some of the Region 9 results over the years, these two teams. The Birds with 13 Region 9 championships. Their last came in 2019. They've had 9 runners-up. The last time was 2023. Cougars 11 titles, and they won 6 out of 7 between 93 and 99. The Birds winning in 96. They finished runners-up 4 times. Their last title at Scottsbluff was 2018, and then they were second last year, losing to Trinidad, which has won 3 in a row at Region 9. Scottsbluff lost to Trinidad. And then Davis down the lane. He's on the deck. So is Zernowitz. And the foul, I believe, is going to be on Zernowitz. Parker back to the free throw line. Davis with 7 points, shooting 1-1 here. He's 2 for 2 at the stripe. Make it 3 for 3. The Fort Collins native. Puts it home. Connery going to take a seat for the Birds. We'll see if he's done for the night. Davis misses. That one's off the heel. Long rebound, and it'll be controlled by Randolph. Packing away. Back to half court. Wants to go against Parker Davis. Subs set to come in for both teams. Randolph pushes with the left hand. No. Dang back in with 4 personal fouls. Grabs the rebound. Gives it to Bashir. Abdul hooks a pass deep in the corner. Rohan Butler will bring it back out. Butler now into the paint. Kicks outside. Davis puts a man in the air, lays it home. He's in double figures with 10. 91-68, still 8 to go. Linus Nothing but glass, no rim at all on that long one-hander. Bashir for Rohan down the left side. Butler bouncing back. Abdul lets him fly by. Abdul drives, lays it off the glass with the left hand. He's got 23, and it's 93-68. Birds matching their big lead of the night. Cernowitz, funky looking set shot at the top, misses the three ball. Butler ahead to Davis. Parker, jump step, gives it to Osei. He will soar and score, and it's a 27-point margin. Randolph, elbow, left side, 15-footer is good. 18 for him, in deep. Osei got loose, running the floor, and just laid it home. 7 minutes to go in this one. Cernowitz out of the corner, missed the three. Osei tried to baseball it ahead for Bashir. Getting back in time, Harris with the pick. Harris now with a left-hand three. That's going to go out of bounds on the miss. (97-70) with 6:45 to play. The Birds came in averaging 98 a game. They're one away. And they think it's probably a sure bet they'll make it with 6:45 to go. They average 98. They give up 88. Would seem that Western would struggle to get there, but we'll see. Western came in averaging 89, giving up 92. Birds have blown past that at the 97 mark with 6:45 left. I was going to see if I could. I got so much paper here. I was going to see if I could. The last time Birds played, of course, was at Dawson, where they lost 97-79. Coming into tonight's game, Casper lost two in a row to end the 2024 portion of their schedule. They lost to these Cougars at Scotts Bluff back on the 10th of December, a month ago today, 95-91. Then lost to Dawson on the 14th, 97-79. So they're putting things back together the right way here tonight on the home court with a 27-point lead in the basketball. Butler into a triple team is on the floor. Did he call a timeout? I think so. We'll see. I guess so. Temptation there was to say it's 1st and 10. Tom Parks telling the officials he only wants 30 seconds. So that's all he'll get. Next up for the T-Birds, Lamar is here tomorrow afternoon. That should tip about 4. And then the ladies will get the nightcap game. They will play Western Nebraska. Tip-off scheduled for right around 6 o'clock. Bird basketball alongside the bench in the front court, and Connery gets it tipped right back to him. Feeds outside. Butler's going to try a three. That's no good. Connery rebound, hooks it outside. Sievert with a three. That's no good. And the rebound taken away by Nguma. Out of back court. Here comes Noah Jones into the lineup. Maker. They'll kick it back out front. Three ball that's going to go hard off the left side of the rim. The miss. 6:07 left. Sievert's gone a long ways for the Birds. He has the basketball to Connery for Butler. Head fake, spins right at the elbow, right side. Tried to feed in the paint, ball knocked loose, stolen away. But a foul going to be whistled here, and that is going to be the third on Nguma. Sends Stephen Osei, who's got 12 points on the night, to the free throw line. Got a kind bounce. His 13th. Scoreboard says 15. Now a scoreboard will say 16. Okay. 99-70. It's the biggest lead of the night. And Connery with a steal. Dishes it to Osei, who gets it right over to a guard. When in doubt, get it to a guard. Here's Butler diving, laying it up. We're over the century mark. Rohan with his 6-point, and it's 101-70. Foul going to be called here. This will be on Stephen Osei, I believe. His fourth. Yell Dang has 4 also for the T-Birds. Isaiah St. Preux, Florida guy. In and out, no good on the first of the 2-shot foul. Second one, front rims it, left it short, saved by the Cougars. They get it in. Harris trying to dunk it. It didn't go. Ball went in, and I'm not sure that Dang didn't make the basket. Dang is going to, or Osei is going to foul out. Duran Nguma will step to the free throw line. So he'll get credit for the basket, but I'm not sure one of the Birds didn't tip that thing in. Where's instant replay when we need it? Actually, I don't want to be wrong, so Nguma with the free throw. He's got 5. 101-73, 5 to play. Butler for Sasser. Out top, long 3, in and out, no good. Dang, rebound, put it up and in. With the left hand, he's got a dozen. Back the other way. Cougars will score it. St. Preux with the basket for his 6-point. And the Birds get another one coming from Rohan Butler. 106-75. Running free, scoring free, Aaron Sievert. I think that's his first field goal of the night. 7 free throws and 1 field goal for 9 points. Try and throw the lob. They did right to Connery. Leads Butler out of back court. Butler trying to lay it off for Sievert, who is headed to the baseline for a 3-pointer. Clock will stop with 4:10. 108-75, Birds led it at the halfway mark, 54-41, so they've got their 54 points now in the second half. St. Preux ahead for Swisher, who's in the lineup. They turn it over. Birds will bring it ahead. Sievert to Sasser, looks in the corner. Head fake on the 3, and the miss coming from Camille Cardot, who's checked in, the freshman from France. Tried to block the shot, couldn't do it. The layup is good by Maker. I have him with 22, so does the scoreboard. Cardo tries to set up in the corner. Sievert will slide to a stop. Go to the right side to the corner, and Butler shot off the side of the backboard, and then Maker can't control the rebound. Do we have a foul? We have a timeout. 3:20 to play. Casper College will move to 12-4 on the season. Western Nebraska will fall to 5-10. 108-77 right now. T-Birds have matched their biggest lead of the contest of 31. They've been over 100 before this year, and I don't think I kept the page with all the results. But the Birds came in averaging 98. They're at 108 now. For the Cougars, a night that saw them with I believe, a 3-2 lead, and that has been it. T-Birds just held the lead throughout, grew it. Every once in a while, the Cougars would make a run, but Casper had the answer all the time. Maker to the free throw line with 22 points on the evening. Bashir has 23 to lead the T-Birds. Maker's going to leave this one a little short. Still 3:20 to go. Line drive falls off the right side. Basil staying in for the Birds. He has gathered some rebounds, done some damage down low for Casper tonight. Another three ball on the way. No good. Basil put it back up and in after an offensive board. Double figures now for Benil with 10 points. Cougars look like Maker may have gotten away with a walk. They'll try a three. Falling down after the shot. Swisher didn't get the call. Butler in the corner to Cardo. And a floating one-hander in the lane. Aaron Siebert, his second field goal of the night, gives him 11 because he's got 7 free throws. Butler going to be called for the reach out front. This will send St. Preux to the free throw line. And the first free throw, a little bit short, just grazed the rim. Second free throw, a little bit better, nothing but net. He has 7. Birds have the basketball. Cardo out front for Butler. Into the paint. Oh, drops it off. Basil looked like he hooked the man, missed the layup. Knocked out of bounds, though, last touch by the Cougars. Basil looked like he got away with that little reach behind your back where you hooked the guy. 14 on the shot clock, 2:12 to play in the ball game. Birds will get a short rest before they play in that 4 o'clock game tomorrow against Lamar. 5 to shoot, down inside 5. Cardo with the miss. Maker running it ahead. All the way down right side, left hand, no. Rebound knocked ahead by Butler, controlled by Sievert. Going to leave him alone at the top, and he should have taken the shot. Instead, he thought he'd find Neverdown, who was pretty sure he was shooting, so pass goes awry into the T-Bird bench. Cougars will try a long three. Maker with a tip that doesn't go. Basel gets the rebound, turns, puts it on the floor. Wants to motor ahead, get out of his way. Big guy comes in, layup, no. Kicks his rebound out to Butler, three, no. And Neverdown will tip it into the dressing room, into the trainer's room. .112. 78. In deep. Maker loses, manages to kick it back out. St. Preux will draw the double team at the top. Fall away just inside the arc is no good. Rebound in deep, put back up and blocked out of bounds. Noah Jones with the miss. Birds with some pretty salty defense. A lot of the crowd has found its way home by now. Swisher feeding deep in the corner. Jones with the miss. Basel again. Went right hand, went left hand, and hooked it home. Nice move. He's got 12. The lead, 114 to 78. I don't think anybody saw this coming. This is probably the biggest in the history of this rivalry. Birds are going to get to dribble the clock away. Butler, with 4 seconds to go, they'll run out. And it's going to be 114-78. 36-point win. Long three at the buzzer. So the T-Birds move their record on the season to 12-4. The Cougars will fall to 5-10, and something you don't see very often in this rivalry. A huge victory for one team over another. The Birds 114-78. A 36-point margin. Their biggest of the ball game, I believe. We'll see when we get the final stats and when we talk with Tom Parks. We will come back, run down the final stats, have a visit with the head coach when we return. This is T-Bird Basketball. Well, Coach Parks, I'm kind of flabbergasted. I don't know how that happens, but if you were a mechanic, I would probably go to you and say everything on your car was working perfect tonight. Now, I know you'd probably say no, but you had things, all cylinders hitting tonight, I thought.
Yeah,
Nope.
yes. I'm trying.
I know I'm stunning you, and you're looking at stats.
No, I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna be one of those coaches that's like, yeah, but we'll probably get to that in a second. But we've tried to really focus these 9 days since we've been back, or 10 days since we've been back, just making plays for each other. I've had passing, I guess, limits, like we have to pass the ball at least 4 times in practice, or I put them on the line and we run. And you know what, we just have to trust each other more, and I feel like there was no agendas. I thought we were really balanced in scoring, obviously, 7 in double figures. But even just shot attempts, Camille took 2 shots, Blake took 3, and everyone else was like 6, 7, 8, 9, 16, 10, 11, and that's what we need to do, and Abdul wasn't super efficient from 3, but he was efficient from the field in general, and I thought he made the right basketball play. He probably would have ended up with a few more assists if we could have made some shots on the outside.
I really thought there were times when he was wide open to go to the hoop and just laid it off to a guy so one of his teammates could score.
Yeah, and, we talked about that in the locker room at Dawson after the game, and I just told him, if you average 30 on the year, I don't think we'll win as many games as if you average 25 and you just make the right play every time, and I think you'll be much more efficient. And I can tell you this, Abdul's really competitive, and sometimes he's overly competitive, and I like that about him. But at the root of Abdul, I think he wants to win more than anyone on our team.
Huh.
And so it's just a matter of, again, trying to get everyone to trust each other. And if he's giving it up, we're going to get it back to him. I know he's probably can't wait to play a different opponent tomorrow. That who knows, maybe they won't double him the whole game. If it is, it probably isn't something they work on. Western Nebraska's doubled a kid for Western Wyoming yesterday that averages like 11 a game or something. It's something that they do, and they pick their poison with it. And so it'll be nice to play a different opponent.
First thing I look at jumps off the page, 114 points. But the second thing, and this may be what impresses you most, you held them to 78. They average like 95 like you do.
Yeah, and I think there's going to be games where I think there's, the opponent scores a lot, but we're really more focused on how are they shooting from the field, and 39% from the field, 22% from 3. Obviously free throws are free throws, but, maybe our defense doesn't really affect, the free throw game. But in terms of, field goal percentage, both total and 3-point, that's really our indicator in how well we're defending. We might give up 80-something points, but, are they not making very many shots? So.
Well, you look at the statistics, 7 in double figures, as you said. It's got to make you happy, first of all. I haven't been around, or we haven't seen you for over a month. gosh, Basel just kind of dominated down low, and you know that Dang and Osei are going to dominate down there. You got an amazing game out of him today. There were times he's coming downhill, and I'm thinking, I hope those guys are stepping aside.
Yeah, and we've just tried to change a lot of things in practice because we get just so much more time on the floor in practice than we do games throughout the year. And I think, we're always trying to find different ways. We were doing a lot of drills early on, and they weren't translating the game. And I kept saying, like, why are we doing this every day if we're not doing it in the game? Why are we? And I realized that I was the one that was being stupid because I kept doing the same thing and expecting a different result. And so we just changed, man, and we've been playing a lot of 5-on-5, a lot of full court stuff, a lot of, like, small scrimmages. And I told Dion, man, you take the starting group and, like, the first couple guys off the bench, I'm going to take everybody else. And Ben's a part of that team, and Blake's a part of that team, and Parker and Camille, some guys like that. And I just feel like we've been coaching that second unit up. And I told Ben the other day, like, look, you make mistakes out there. Like, you probably don't play as much as you want to. I said, so stop worrying if you're going to make a mistake. Like, the worst thing is you're just not going to play. Like, you already aren't playing as much as you want to. So just go out there and play confident. And there was a shift in practice, and, we saw it today. He just played with confidence. He's a heck of a rebounder. He's, from a physical standpoint, there's not many guys like him at our level. So, yeah, 12-16, man. I'm 12-16 and 1 turnover, Yeah. So, yeah, no, he was good tonight.
I want to know, what do you think about tomorrow now? I mean, obviously the arch rivals, and I don't know if it means as much to these kids if they know the history of this rivalry, but Lamar generally comes in with some decent teams. They're usually pretty good. Now, I don't know if you've seen them here today, in the last week or so, or in the last couple of days.
I will be completely honest, Jack. I know absolutely nothing about Lamar. And on that same note, we spent very little time on Western Nebraska.
Yeah.
And I just think, and I had this conversation with Ryan Davis for Western Nebraska women's head coach, and we were talking about scouting, and I'm just like, man, I feel like we have so many things that we need to improve. It just doesn't make sense to me to worry about somebody else, John Wooden type of thing.
I was going to say, John Wooden never worried about anybody
it's
else.
Like, man, like, it's not necessarily what the opponent's doing. Like, sure, if we don't know a set or something, great. We spend a little time on personnel. But I think it's the same thing. I mean, I'll stay up way too late and come in and my eyes will be all bloodshot from staying up too late, and I'll have to get some caffeine in the morning or something. But, I'll figure out that stuff. I want to know, but I'm just going to try to continue to make it about us.
Congratulations on a great win against the arch rivals. And, man, you're right back at it at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. No time for any rest.
Awesome. Yep. Yeah. No, we're back here, so
we
appreciate it.
Nice job.
Thank you.
So, Tom Parks with the T-Birds win tonight, 114-78. To move to 12-4 on the season. Lamar will be here at 4. We'll have that game tomorrow afternoon. And then the women's game as they take on Western Nebraska. Jack Noakes from T-Bird Gym. Thanks for listening. We'll see you on Saturday.